Hey, welcome back to Real Reviews for Real Players. We're going to take a look now at a couple of the Rowin mini pedals that I talked about in the last review. And right now we're going to start with a couple of my favorites to have on any kind of pedal board that I always love to play with. And that would be an overdrive pedal and a distortion pedal. Now, Rowin makes actually a large array of different styles of overdrive pedals. This particular one, called the Overdrive 2, pretty much mimics what you get from a tube screamer, but it's got an extra function because it has a mode switch that you can go from a warm or a hot signal, and you'll hear there's a huge difference when you go to the hot signal. That really kicks up the tone and gives you a much wider range of tone than you would get from a tube screamer. The other pedal I'm going to use tonight is one of their distortion pedals. This one is the LEF 310B distortion pedal. They have different numbers for distortion pedals like this. This one, to a certain extent, makes the distortion that's similar to the famous Crunchbox distortion pedal. But again, like a lot of Rowin pedals, it gives you a wide range of tones because it has a classic tight and normal setting on its mode switch, which again gives you, although a little more subtle in this case, but it gives you 3 different sounds that you can get out of the same distortion pedal. I'm using a very interesting Stratocaster. This is a modern player Stratocaster. I use this guitar because it's actually not a real expensive Stratocaster. It's a mahogany body Strat. It's very cool, and it's single hum setup. I can split the humbuckers. I probably won't be doing that for the demonstration tonight. I'm going through a Marshall Hayes all-tube amplifier. It's got 2 112 cabinets. I'm actually only going to be playing through one of them so that the sound doesn't overload what we're doing here in the studio. I have a little bit of delay and reverb on the clean signal. So what you're going to be hearing, though, is primarily the distortion. I'm not going to be using the distorted channel on this amp. So, I've got my Rowin power tuner, and I'll quickly take a look, and I am pretty much right on the money on tune. Turn that baby off. That's my clean signal. That's the neck pickup, that was the bridge pickup, and the middle pickup. So that's my clean tone. So let's go ahead and kick on using the warm mode, the sort of standard mode of the overdrive pedal. And this is just what everybody wants from an overdrive pedal. And here you go. So that's the pedal on. My guitar wide open too, so that's not really affecting anything. Great overdrive sound. There's your clean tone. Now I don't have too much drive going on this right now, so I've just got a little bit of the crunch happening, and you can hear where we are. I'm going to go ahead and throw on the bridge pickup. And without the overdrive. And much like any very expensive overdrive pedal, this cleans up nicely. Roll down the volume. Or crank it up. There it is off. Rolled off. You've got your tone control, and you can take it high end all the way to a biting. I prefer pretty much a neutral sound. You've got your gain and your level control as well. Now I'm going to kick it in to the hot mode, and what you're going to hear is a big increase in the level. Now there's a bit of compression going on the audio here, so you may not hear the sound difference as much, but there's a big difference in the fullness to the tone. And on the neck pickup, it's even thicker. Again, without a lot of gain. Now I'm going to kick the gain up a lot more. Go back to our normal mode, which I prefer. Crank the gain up. So you can see you can get some wonderful tones from this. What's also good about this is you can kick it into the overdrive channel. So I'm on the overdrive channel on my amp with a modest amount of gain going, and kick that puppy into overdrive. That extra punch through that I can get like you would normally get with a tube screamer. Let's take it back to the normal channel. And let me show you one of my favorites now, the distortion pedal. And I've got this set on the tight setting, which is my favorite of the settings. Again, about a little below midway on the gain setting. Neck pickup. So that's the tight setting. The normal setting is a little thinner. The sort of traditional fizziness that you get and you want on a distortion pedal. And then the classic setting. My favorite being the tight. Much like the overdrive, it doesn't go away, but it does roll back the distortion. Turn down. And I will say, I don't have this amp hardly cranked up at all. If you crank this baby and push these in front of it, it's even more amazing. So if you get a little bit of the clean channel, you get its crunch going, and you put the Tube Screamer particular style overdrive in front of it, it's really quite remarkable. So I'm going to put it on a single coil sound. You can hear a little bit of the hum coming through. Nice sounding little overdrive there. So that's the Overdrive 2. That's the 310B Distortion through my nice little Marshall amp. Thanks for listening. I'm going to crank it up a little bit to say goodbye.